Welcome to San Cristóbal Hill, otherwise known as Parque Metropolitan Park. It's one of the green spaces, must-see green spaces here in Santiago. Come along with me and let me show you around. So here's my ticket for the funicular and the cable car. I take the funicular on the way up and the cable car on the way down. And it cost me 7,950 pesos, which worked out to about $8.61 Canadian. So here's where you get your ticket and then up to the funicular. So there's our track up the hill. And it's an open air car. With a number of cars. And the camera's probably not showing, but that's a very steep slope. And we're off. Off the funicular at the top, you come off at a stop called La Cambra, which is a lookout spot of the city. So as you can see, you get very nice views of the city from up here. Here beside the church is an open air church. And at the very top is monument statue. The entire hillside is a series of paths and monuments, and here it looks like some tombs. So for getting down, I'm going down on the cable car versus the funicular. So I'm on the cable car. I'm gonna stop at the garden halfway down, flip the camera and let you see what's going on here. We are up way high. This was worth the ticket for the view. there's a beautiful Santiago skyline. The greenery right there, that is the Japanese garden. And this is the way I'm walking out of the park today. So that was a full day on San Cristóbal Hill. I started late in the day. I wish I had started a little earlier because I didn't get to see everything. I kind of had to rush. There was a number of terraces and gardens that I didn't get to see, and like recreational spots. And the way it worked is I went up San Cristóbal Hill on the funicular, and then I came down on the cable car. And you could have went up and down on the funicular, but then you wouldn't have seen the other half of the hill. So the funicular takes you up one side where you've got views of the city and church, cathedral on top of the hill, and a massive area that they've kind of turned into kind of a place of worship. There's multiple monuments and quiet areas for worship, and there's a huge open air church area there, outdoor chapels, and there's a Camino with some crucifixes, and it's very clearly a place that those of faith can go and have, you know, some quiet. It's just it's a site on top of the mountain that is well developed, I guess, from both an aesthetic point of view and a religious point of view for those of that particular faith. So the other half of the mountain, when you go down the cable car, there's a number of green spaces and terraces and parks. Because it was late in the day, I only got to see the Japanese garden, which was quite nice. But that was a little rushed because I only got there with a short time before it was closing. So if you were coming to see this place, I would recommend that you come earlier in the day so that you can take your time and not have to feel rushed to get through. I believe all the funicular and the cable car, or the cable cars, shut down at 7 o'clock. But I heard from a security guard that we have until 8:30 to be out of the park. So the only observation I would make is I wish I'd come earlier in the day so I could have gone a little slower to see everything, because there's lots of just natural corners and areas to admire, both, and there's multiple spots you can view the city for really spectacular views of the city. The best view of the city is if you go right to the top where the huge monument statue is. That's the best view. You can't see quite 360 degrees, but almost, I'd say, like 180, 200, you can probably see 270 degrees of the city from that spot. So thank you for coming with me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing all these spectacular views of the city and nature and San Cristóbal Hill.